If you've been looking for an eyebrow pencil that's dark brown but doesn't have any warm or red undertones and that's cruelty free, well, then you've come to the right place because that's what's on the menu today. So the eyebrow pencil in question is the Gosh eyebrow pencil. It doesn't really have a fancy name. I'm not sure if it's because it's their only eyebrow pencil. It might be. But anyway, it's in the shade 05 dark brown. I'm not sure about the availability of it in the US, but I think it's like widely available in Europe. I tried to find out the price outside of Denmark because our taxes are quite high. I paid a little over 9 euros, and I could see on Superdrug or something like that it was that where it was a little bit over £5, but in Denmark at least it cost the same as the NYX eyebrow powder pencil, and I think they're quite comparable because there's about the same amount of product in them. There's 0.2 grams more in the NYX one, but within the NYX eyebrow pencils I haven't been able to find a shade that matches my brows, even the ones, this is espresso, and I also have ash brown, which you would think that these would be dark enough and cool toned enough to work for my brows, but that is not the case. And as I mentioned in my last video, I do have some non-cruelty free eyebrow pencil that I've been using for a while, as you can see, which is dark enough and cool toned enough for my eyebrows, but obviously I wanted to get a cruelty free like replacement for that. And not only do I like the shade of this, because you know it's quite cool toned without being gray, and it's not too dark either. Like you can always get black browns or just straight up black eyebrow pencils, but that's just a little bit too dark for me because even though my eyebrow hairs are quite dark, they're not black exactly, and my hair isn't black, so that would look a little bit intense, I think. But other than that, I really like the consistency of it because I don't like eyebrow pencils that are too soft because I feel like the color payoff is just too intense. But with this, it's quite easy to not overdo it because even though it's not called a powder pencil like the NYX one is, but I feel like it's quite the same consistency, but this is just a better shade match. Also, I quite like the spoolie of it. It's tapered and it's quite large actually, and like the hairs are spaced out enough that you don't wipe all the product off your brows, but it just blends it nicely. And yeah, what more is there to say? Here you can see if you press harder it's obviously going to be darker, but if you use a light hand you get a little bit softer of a look, and it stays put. As you can see, when I rub it, it's not going all over the place. So yeah. As you can see in this demo, it's quite easy to apply it as well. It glides on nicely. I'm not sure what more to say other than obviously it's not one of the retractable pens, so it's not super precise, maybe. Obviously you can get more precise application if you sharpen it before using it, but it's not one of those products that's going to give you hair-like strokes. But yeah, I mainly use it to just fill out any sparse areas in my brows, like the tail and the front of my brow, just to give it a little bit more definition. But yeah, obviously with a pencil you're not going to get hair-like strokes every time, but I still think it looks quite nice. But you be the judge of that. But yeah, the eyebrow pencil itself, I don't have anything negative to say about. It's good, it's cruelty-free, it's affordable. What more do you want, really? But let's talk about the brand a little bit, because it's a Danish brand. Wow, yay. However, their shade range in base products, you know, as concealers, foundations, powders and such, is not good. And generally I've just been refraining from buying any Gosh base products because, you know what, I don't want to support such a shitty shade range. On the contrary, however, their shade range for their brow pencil is quite wide, like there's a darker one than this. So in that way, that's more inclusive because people with darker skin, at least I think they would be able to use it and it would show up on their skin, but their base products are just no good. So I did have that in mind when buying this. I was like, should I be doing it? Because honestly, their base products are just, it's a little bit embarrassing. I think that in this day and age, you know, like post Rihanna's Fenty Beauty foundation release, I just don't understand how you have such a bad shade range. So I'll not be buying any of their base products because even though there are shades for me, they're just not inclusive enough. And yeah, do with that information what you will. I obviously chose to buy this. I will try to find maybe one from a little bit more diverse brand and like inclusive brand, because that would be nice. Anyway, I think that was what I had to say about this eyebrow pencil and a little bit about gouache in general. So I hope it was useful, and I'll see you next week for hopefully a little bit longer video, because I'm trying to figure out something about Women's Day. So, but what am I doing? That was it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. So, bye!